So, Meagan Harris.
That's me.
So when we start to have this collaboration or this idea of the process and to create something, to create LUX.
Yeah.
Like a long time. No, well, how long ago?
It's been a while. I remember actually the very beginning of this was here at OTEART in Guadalajara. I remember I took a workshop, a Commedia dell'arte workshop here, and I was so moved by what you call the mask dimension and what that can do for an actor. And I remember coming up to you after that workshop and saying, hey, I want to do a solo show. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't even know if you'll say yes. And so I remember asking you if you'd be willing to go on that journey with me. You said yes. So then flash forward to September of last year, I came to your space in Spain to do some work, and we spent like 8 days together, I think?
Yeah, 7 or 8 days, yeah. There is something interesting on me that probably that's what it was triggering me to say, yeah, let's explore more this idea that you mentioned before about the mask dimension, which is this place where you are not you, but you are kind of letting your intuition and things that are in your subconscious.
Yeah.
That has to do a lot with your dreams, with how we will like to be connected with everybody, especially actors that we are on the stage, and we will like that whoever in the audience or the whole audience is directly connected with a source or with a kind of an essence, no? So for me the challenge was like, okay, where and how we can reach this point of tension or this dramatic tension that we can call that the essence, you know, like you don't think anymore, you just are, you know, like for me to have techniques, to have a text, to have a play, to have a structure or production is great and is part of the job and is our profession. But at the same time, I was thinking, what about if we just delete all that and we let the child to come with all the answers, to come with all these things without being prepared? Like I'm here and now, and from the here and now, I just deliver this story that somehow is on me, but I don't know how to bring it out. So this was a very revelatory for me, because that's basically what for me the mask does, is when it's in this point of tension where it's not left or right, it's not good or bad, it's just a state of calm. And I was really happy with that, with how you were in the time we were in Madrid, my place, how you were connected with that, and then all of a sudden, without anything that has been rehearsed or prepared, all of a sudden you just connected with certain exercise and certain dynamics that we provide, that comes from the research that we do, that I do with Manifesto Poético. And all of a sudden, extraordinary text, extraordinary ideas that were placed on the stage without thinking about timing, without thinking about rhythm. The right state was there, the right emotion was coming through, and I was like, where all this is coming from? Because the trust of you don't need to control, but you just need to be. And when you trust that, you say, wow, you know, all the tools and everything, or ways to express is like the knowledge of a child expressing himself.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm very, it's been a pleasure, an honor to accompany this process, you know, because for me as an artist, but as a researcher, I was thinking, wow, that's good, because as an actor, you never confront the clown, the théâtre du geste, the gestures, the physicality. So your background comes from other aspects of the profession, and I was like, wow, you know. Of course, there's always techniques to improve. There's always, you know, all the machinery can be improved like every time, but the essence is there, and that's what I'm very curious to see what is the life from now on of this show with the audience, right? Yeah, I don't know how it was for you, like, because from what you were, feeling or receiving or having inside, that how every time you were bringing something into the floor, how was for you, like?
Yeah, that's something that was so interesting that I found both in the experience in Spain and then also back here in Guadalajara, was that so much of the process was actually about releasing and letting go. It's fascinating to me because you talk about this mass dimension and sort of getting away from the ego into something that's almost larger than us. There's something that's so liberating about this approach to the work, which and in my experience, I've never had before until I got to work with you, which is about letting go of any obligation to anything other than like you said, the state of it, and just that alone, that sort of state of calm alone with the audience is a show.
Yeah.
And and it's not about me and my ego or me as a performer or look at what I can do or none of that. It's about sharing. It's like giving. It's like letting go.
Yeah.
And I that's such a gift because that's the kind of thing I want to do. That whole concept of creating things for and with the audience to give is, to me, is the whole point.
I was very excited to see every day, how there was a period of time at the very beginning, first day, second day, where there was a very interesting, not as a director, but as a pedagogue on theater, I was receiving, I was feeling, I was seeing the resistance, right?
Yeah.
You didn't want to resist, but you resist in many, many things. And then they say like, well, I don't think I need to know if you want to do it or not, or if you feel like this or like that, because I'm not talking to you.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I mean? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this inner child that is Sally.
Yeah.
That's the name of this inner child that all of a sudden has a red nose because that's, well, the clown. But it's bigger. It's bigger than that. It's this inner child that is letting herself to exist. And all of a sudden, this new energy, this new you, this new person that is there all the time, but we don't let them appear because all of a sudden you just click. It was this moment, second day, third day, where you just all of a sudden you just are not that Meagan, but all of a sudden it's Sally that say yes to everything, that say yes to every proposition. You say yes to life.
Yeah, exactly.
And life is the main thing. That's the biggest idea. There's no ideas. The bigger one is life. Point. And from there, and love. And then from love and from life and embodying your existence, and say, okay, yes, let's have fun, because even if I'm very scared, it is fun.
Yeah.
Once this resistance disappears, and then you're just on a flow, like you are, you spend 5 hours non-stop, you didn't make any break. It is interesting for me, the courage, in a way, the courage from the character, from the actor, from the proposition, which is, okay, I'm naked. Naked means for me, I have fears, I have insecurities, I have anxiety, I have all these toxic patterns that we all have, that belongs to our past and all that. And what about if I take all that and I put it there like a child will do, and share it with the audience in a very raw way, right?
Yeah, very raw
because
way.
Because you want with these people that you don't know at all, but you know them, because you decide to know them. Because at the end of the day, even if we don't know each other, we are all connected in a way, right?
Yeah.
And then you say, well, I am all that, and I want to, and I suffer all that all my life, and I want to get rid of this. So this is this step of decision, this step of courage to say to your community, listen, I have all this, that is dust, that is things that are coming from society, from family, from education, from friends, from partners, all that. I just don't want to be holding to this because I have to.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you just Sally comes to share this with the audience, say, hey, friends, neighbors, I'm taking a decision, and the decision is I want to kill, put behind in my past this person that I am and I used to be, and I want to kill this part of me in order that I give space to this way of being, which is just I just want to be.
Yeah.
So it's very, very interesting. As an audience member in that case, is really radically going against the tendency and the flow of how society is forcing us, and nowadays even more, how it's forcing us to feed, to be, to this is good, this is bad, and then I have to respect authority or the hierarchy of the matriarchal or patriarchal, and then it is great how the character is just in a very simple way say, you see how easy it is to liberate yourself if you just believe. So the set of beliefs that I used to have that were held by my ego, all of a sudden are in the hands of a child. And that's great because it's providing an energy and a feeling to the audience that is like, we should all try to reach this liberation. No?
I have to thank you for going on this journey with me and taking me for quite a ride. It's funny, one of the things about your process is it is about like getting you into a survival spot so that you can't let your ego play anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you have no other choice but to lean in, right? So I'm really grateful for the experience and for coming along with me, and it's been an absolute joy and pleasure to work with you on this.
Same for me. It's reciprocal because it is pretty crazy process. Like just for you to trust me, and then see your faces every day and probably every 2 minutes. Like if you drink some vinegar, that you are like, what are you talking? What? and then seeing you going in a yes constantly, like, oh,
Okay.
she's coming with me. She's coming with me. Like, okay, she's trusting. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And then it was fascinating to see how we could reach many elements that came from you, but then of course come from you, but as they come, we need to treat them and we need to transpose and compose into a theatrical dimension, which is the mask dimension that I mentioned before. So that was great to you trusting me, and then for me to accompany you. Like, okay, we didn't know how we start, we didn't know how we finish, we don't know how this is gonna be, but that's a very exciting life experience. So thanks for letting me accompany you.